This week I'm in probably the windiest city in the whole of Uzbekistan. I'm in Bukhara, and this city, well, other than being very windy and very, very hot, it's been about 38 degrees every day. There are so many hotels. Pretty much every building I walk past is a hotel. And yes, just like Samarkand, it's been quite touristy, but there aren't enough tourists to fill up all these hotels. I just bumped into a guy that I met in a restaurant in Samarkand who's a journalist. So, oh yeah, I think we're going to go for dinner tonight, which will be nice. It's been quite a lonely city. It's even harder to find people to talk to in this city, though there's loads and loads of tourists, a lot of them being Italian. Just difficult to find people to talk to. There's no one on couch surfing, no one else staying in my well, it's not a hostel, it's more of a guest house kind of thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to meet up with him later. What I was saying about hotels, here's another one. They're literally everywhere. Another one in front of me, there's two in front of me, three in front of me. There's another one on the other side of the road. Oh God. Yes, there's tourists, but there isn't that many tourists. I think peak season for tourism is around about September, October, when it's not as hot, because 38, 39, 40 degrees every day, it's just too much. So the back and the sides, here.
Yeah. Sure.
And here? I want it long.
And chef? No?
No, I need two.
Okay. Finish.
The finish?
Yes.
Well, everything clicks.
No. Finish.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's a good haircut. It's lovely.
Okay.
Perfect. New haircut. My head just feels a million times lighter now. I can feel the wind on my scalp, which is nice. More hotels, but not very many coffee shops. I can keep on walking, and there'll probably be, I think I know of 2 good coffee shops to actually go to where they've actually got Wi-Fi and I can work. But yeah, I'm just kind of blown away. Oh look, another hotel. Yeah, absolutely everywhere. The old part of the city in Bukhara is really, really beautiful. Loads of these ancient buildings, like this is a very old mosque turned into a museum now. You've got some old foundations of, I think, probably the original city and different things like that. Where I'm going to go now though is into the kind of main square in the old city, and some of the architecture is beautiful. There's a lot of similarities between here and in Samarkand, but it is slightly different feel, slightly different architecture, and it is very, very beautiful. There's so many gift shops and so many like little market shops selling clothes, selling art, selling lots of little bits of history when you're walking through the old part of the city. Everything from clothes. There's also lots of things like Aladdin's lamps and things like that because of the old links with Persia. We're just about to come up to a really amazing square with some of my favourite architecture in the city. Take a look at this. The buildings are huge, absolutely huge, really ornate, just like in Samarkand. And then on top of that you've got this absolutely huge, whatever it's called, it's just phenomenal. I actually came here the other night and there was a mini festival in the square. Lots of well, one big live band, and there were beautiful pink lights and like rainbow coloured lights, just like in Samarkand, and just when it all reflects off each little textile, it's just a really kind of magical place. Every single road has a hotel. Bizarre. My millionth samsa of the holiday. Can't get enough of them though. Ooh, hot. It's so good. So the place that I'm taking you to next is possibly the biggest attraction in Bukhara, and that is the Ark of Bukhara, and it's a huge fortress. I haven't been inside yet. I saw it on my very first day and I just kind of sat on a bench and just kind of stared at it for a good half an hour, but I'll show it to you now. It's amazing. truly ripped off by going in there. The most interesting thing that I saw was the kitten, and nearly all of the whole fortress was closed. So there was just a few museum rooms. So not really recommending that. I had one guy come up to me and say, "Oh, loads of the area is closed because it's dangerous, but for a little bit of extra money, I can take you to the rest of it, where there's big panoramic views and things like that." I'm like, right, this either feels like just like a way for them to get extra money, or it's a bit of a scam. And I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, yes, I could have got some fantastic panorama shots, but nah, not worth it. Don't get me wrong, it's an incredibly amazing building. Like, it's just, and it just kind of wraps around and goes on forever. But if you can't actually see the building from the inside, then you might as well not pay and see it from the outside. Hopefully in the future they're going to sort that out so you can actually go walk around it. But if it is unsafe, as they say, then I'm sure that's going to take a lot of time and a lot of money. To be honest, I feel like I've spent more money in Bukhara than I have in any other city in Uzbekistan. And I haven't taken any taxis here, I've walked everywhere. But because, similarly to Samarkand, it's so geared up for tourism, all of the restaurants are kind of a bit more expensive and not better quality. I think even samosas were a lot fresher, and samsas, sorry, very similar things. Samsas in Samarkand were a lot fresher. Here I've actually come across a few times where they've just been bunged in the microwave just to warm them up. And yeah, it hasn't been the best experience, even though I've had a really nice time at the same time. There's definitely pros and cons. I think doing all three cities has been really, really good, and it's been a nice way to see the country. There's many other places worth checking out in this country as well. There's, which city is it? Well, there's a few other cities that I've spoken to some other travellers, and they've said they've headed there and heard really good things. So I think shorter trips, a few days in each city, I think that's the way to do it, and travel around the whole country. So taking your time and doing a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks in this country, but going to a few more places than I've been. I've spent a week in each city, which has probably been a little bit too much for each one. So maybe 3 days in each, and you can then travel deeper into the country as well. So I'm back to my accommodation, all showered and ready for dinner. This is where I've been staying the last few days. What's been really interesting is Uzbekistan's only opened up to the world 3 years ago. So they've put kind of all of their eggs in one basket when it's come to tourism. Really seen that with Samarkand and with Bukhara. And yeah, I was talking with the guy that runs my current accommodation, and he was saying it only really gets busy from kind of September, October onwards to maybe November, just because that's when the heat's died down a bit. So I really don't know what Bukhara and Samarkand are like off season, but I can imagine they're very, very quiet. As I said all day, there's been hotels on every street, 4 or 5 like per street. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, I don't know what they do off season, how they make money, how life really is here. I can't imagine it's going to be anything like Greece or parts of Spain, because it's a completely different culture, a completely different feel. But these kind of off-peak season resorts in the Mediterranean, I know they turn into ghost towns. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I've got a busy couple of days coming up. Tomorrow I'm heading off to, I'm heading back to Samarkand. I'll be there for 2 days, and then I'm heading back to Tashkent. I'll be there for 1 day, and then I'm actually going all the way back to Almaty, where I'll be there for 1 week. So I'm not sure if I'll put up a video. It's just going to be a lot of me travelling across the countries. So I will be creating a video very soon though. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. Have a good day.